I appointed today, Wednesday, 14th of August 2024, as a day for special sitting of the Senate. The appointment was made via Gazette Notice number 10122, dated the 13th of August 2024. In the Gazette Notice, I indicated that the business to be transacted at this special sitting shall be the hearing of the charges on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County. Honorable Senators, in accordance with Standing Order 33.5, the business specified in the Gazette Notice referred to above and as outlined in the order paper shall be the only business before the Senate during the special sitting. At the conclusion of business today, the Senate shall stand adjourned until Tuesday, the 3rd of September 2024 at 2:30 p.m. in accordance with the Senate calendar. I thank you. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Senator Tobiko, take your seat. Honorable Senators, I wish to report to the Senate that I have, pursuant to Standing Order 48, 4, and 6, received a message from the Speaker of the County Assembly of Meru regarding the removal from office by way of impeachment of Her Excellency Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County. The message was conveyed to the Senate via letter dated Friday, the 9th of August 2024, signed by the Speaker of the County Assembly of Meru and received in my office on the same date, indicating that the County Assembly had passed the resolution to remove the Governor from office, pursuant to Article 181(1)(a), (b), and (c) of the Constitution, as read together with Sections 33 of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 65 of the Standing Orders of the County Assembly of Meru on the following grounds. Honorable Senators, you may walk in and take your seats. Order, Honorable Senators. Now, the grounds for removal are as follows. 1, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws. Senator for makwiny, stick to your seat, please. The particulars of this allegation are that the Governor did the following. Violated Articles 10, 10.2, 27, 41, 47, 73, 232, 235, 236, and 251 of the Constitution by illegally revoking the appointment of CPA Virginia Kawira Miriti as Secretary/CEO of the Meru County Public Service Board without the requisite vote from the County Assembly, thus usurping the powers of the Assembly. 2, breached Sections 10, 15, 19, and 24 of the Public Officer Ethics Act 2003, Sections 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 1B, and F, 21, 29, and 52 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012 and Section 4 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act by failing to appoint the chairpersons of key county boards and allowing unauthorized persons to oversee public funds without proper accountability. 3, refused to implement the recommendations and resolution of the County Assembly on the dismissal of the County Secretary, Dr. Kiambi Atheru Tambura, and the Chief of Staff, Mr. Hudson Gatobu Nchama Mbithi, for gross violation of the Constitution and other laws, and failed to submit a report to the County Assembly on the implementation of the said resolutions of the Assembly in direct violation of Article 183(3) of the Constitution. And 4, illegally dismissed Dr. Nitoeti, CEO of the County Revenue Board, Paul Mwaki, CEO of Liquor Board, Kenneth Kimanthi Mbaye, Managing Director of Meru Microfinance Corporation, and Joseph Kithure Mberia, CEO of MEWAS, contrary to the provisions of the Meru County Revenue Board Act and the Meru County Investment and Development Corporation Act, thereby leading to significant financial penalties by the Employment and Labor Relations Court against the county government on account of legal costs and damages. 2, gross misconduct. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor, 1, misled the public by falsely claiming that 86 million was raised through a paybill number after the murder of Daniel Mutiani, alias Sniper, while the actual amount raised was Kenya shillings 286,516, in violation of the Public Officer Ethics Act and the Leadership and Integrity Act. 3, abuse of office. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor, 1, authorized irregular payments of emergency call allowances to 161 doctors and medical officers using the wrong rates, resulting in an overpayment of Kenya shillings 74,340,000, contrary to the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act and other relevant laws. 2, used a manual payroll to pay personal emoluments amounting to Kenya shillings 1 or 2 million and 94 shillings, contrary to established financial regulations in Section 6.7.6 of the County Financial Accounting and Reporting Manual. 3, employed a bloated workforce of at least 111 personnel in the office of the governor, increasing the county wage bill beyond the legal limit in violation of the Public Finance Management County Government's Regulations 2015. And 4, continued to pay full salaries and benefits to a public communication officer accused of murder in violation of the Public Service Commission Discipline Manual for Public Service. Honorable Senators, annexed to the letter conveying the decision of the County Assembly were the following documents. 1, copy of approved notice of motion, the motion, dated 31st of July 2024, laid on the table of the Assembly on Wednesday, 31st of July 2024, afternoon sitting. 2, copy of exhibits laid on the table of the Assembly on Wednesday, 31st July 2024, afternoon sitting. Order papers for the Assembly sittings of Wednesday, 31st July 2024, afternoon sitting, Tuesday, 6th August 2024, afternoon sitting, and Thursday, 8th August 2024, morning sitting. Certified Hansard reports for the Assembly, Assembly sittings of Wednesday, 31st of July 2024, afternoon sitting, Tuesday, 6th of August 2024, afternoon sitting, and Thursday, 8th August 2024, morning sitting. Copy of a letter dated the 31st of July 2024, reference number MCA/GC/Volume 1/24, inviting the Governor of Meru County to respond to the tabled impeachment motion. Affidavits of service. Copy of affidavit of service by Mr. Benson Kinyongure, serving Her Excellency the Governor of Meru County with an invitation letter and a copy of the laid notice of impeachment motion on behalf of the Speaker, County Assembly of Meru. Copy of affidavit of service by Mr. Joel Maitehia Murkunga, serving Her Excellency the Governor, Meru County, with a copy of a laid notice of impeachment motion on behalf of Honorable Zipporah Kenya, and C, copy of a letter dated the 6th of August 2024, reference number MCA/GC/Volume 26, forwarding to Her Excellency the Governor a copy of the laid report on the public participation on the notice of motion. Certified copy of a form for verification of signatures for members in support of the motion for removal of the Meru County Governor by impeachment, dated the 8th of August 2024, made pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 65-4. Certified copy of the roll call vote on the motion for impeachment of Her Excellency Governor Meru County, held during the Assembly sitting of Thursday, 8th of August 2024. Documents tabled during the debate on the motion for removal of the Governor Meru County by impeachment. Appointment letter for one Matiri Kenneth Mutua, dated 13th of February 2023, reference number CGM stroke CBSP stroke Apt stroke Volume 3 stroke 2023 into brackets 2022. A copy of a letter dated the 6th of August 2024, reference number CAM stroke GN stroke Volume 7 stroke 40. C. Copy of a letter dated 31st of July 2024, reference number CGM stroke CS stroke CA 023 stroke 26 Volume 1.3 into brackets 390. D. Copy of a letter dated the 7th of July 2024, reference number CAM stroke GEN stroke Volume 7 stroke 39. A. Copy of a letter dated 15th of July 2024, reference number CGM stroke CS stroke CA Volume 3 stroke 023 stroke 382. F. Copy of a letter dated the 31st of August 2023, reference number CAM stroke GEN stroke Volume 6 stroke 187. G. Copy of a letter dated the 31st of August 2023, reference number CAM stroke GEN stroke Volume 6 stroke 188. H. Copy of a letter dated the 20th of July 2023, reference number CAM stroke GEN Volume 6 stroke 168. And lastly, a copy of a letter dated the 18th of June 2023, reference number CGM stroke CS stroke CA stroke Volume 1 stroke 023 stroke 17. Evidence of public participation. A. Jehua Technology Flash Disk 32 GB containing video and extras of evidence in the particulars alleged in the motion, as well as video voice adverts on the public participation on the motion run on various radio and TV stations. B. Pictures and videos of various public participation, 4 are held on Monday, 5th of August 2024, contained in the accompanying flash disk. C. Copy of public participation report dated the 6th of August 2024 and laid on the table on Tuesday, 6th of August 2024, that is the afternoon sitting. D. Written stroke printed memorandum from different wards and regions submitted to the County Assembly during the public participation exercise on the motion submitted both in support and against the motion. The memoranda inclusive of submissions received via email, minutes, attendance, registration sheets, and registration forms for memorandum of the public participation held on Tuesday, 19th of December, 2022. Soft copy of the 3rd edition, standing orders of the County Assembly of Meru contained in an accompanying flash disk. Honorable Senators, in terms of the way forward, following the reading of the charges against the Governor, Standing Order 81B of the Senate, Standing Orders, as read together with Section 33(3)B of the County Governments Act, give the Senate 2 options on how to proceed with this matter. The Senate may, A, by resolution, appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter, or B, investigate the matter in plenary. The Senate Majority Leader will, at an appointed time during this sitting, give a notice of motion for the establishment of a special committee. Should this motion be carried, the special committee will be required under Section 33(4) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 82 of the Senate to investigate the matter and to report to the Senate on whether it finds the particulars of the allegations against the Governor to have been substantiated. In the event that the motion of the establishment of the special committee does not pass, the fallback position is that the Senate shall proceed to investigate and consider the matter in plenary. In this event, I will appoint the dates on which Senate will sit in plenary, to hear and determine the charges against the governor. Honorable Senators, it is noteworthy that I wish to emphasize to all honorable senators that when we come to the debate on the motion for the establishment of the special committee, debate on the motion shall be limited to the substance of the motion, principally whether or not to establish a special committee. It will not be a debate on the substance of the impeachment or its merits, propriety, prudence, or even the constitutionality or the legality of the processes that have preceded the submission of this matter to the Senate. It is therefore not permissible to deviate to any issues other than motion before the Senate. In the meantime, and during the pendency of the impeachment process in the Senate, I wish to caution honorable senators to desist from publicly commenting on the merits or demerits of the impeachment motion before the Senate. Doing so will amount to anticipation of debate, which is an infringement of Standing Order 99. Therefore, it shall be out of order within the meaning of Standing Order 122 for any senator to make comments, whether written or spoken, in any relation to the conduct of the governor or the impeachment process, which is outside the confines of the impeachment proceedings, as such comments may prejudice the just outcome of the process. Honorable Senators, this is the 5th impeachment hearing in the 13th Parliament, and the 3rd one involving the governor in question. In undertaking this mandate, the Senate will be sitting as a quasi-judicial body, and will conduct investigations into the alleged infractions of the Constitution and the law, and thereafter make its determination on the matter. As such, this is a reminder that the impeachment hearing is not just a procedural formality, but a fundamental process that plays a crucial role in upholding the principles of democracy and good governance. This hearing is one of the most crucial oversight tools and singular rules of the Senate. Honorable Senators, obviously, this matter is one of immense public interest. I wish to emphatically reaffirm that the Senate will deliberate and reach a decision on this case purely based on its merits. The Senate will uphold the integrity of this process by ensuring objectivity and will not be influenced by external pressures or undue influence from parties outside this chamber. I conclude by urging all honorable senators to exercise the highest level of responsibility on this particular matter. I thank you. Next order.
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Order number 6, notices of motion.
The Senate Majority Leader. Senate Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to give notice of the following motion, being the establishment of a select committee to investigate and report on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County. That whereas, pursuant to Standing Order number 181 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Governments Act, on Thursday, 8th August 2024, the Meru County Assembly approved a motion to remove from office by impeachment Honorable Kawira Mwangaza.
May the Senator for Kakamega be heard in silence, please.
The Governor of Meru, and further, whereas by a letter reference MC/RES/Volume 4/79, dated 9th of August 2024, and received in the office of the Speaker of the Senate on Friday, 9th August 2024, the Speaker of Meru County Assembly informed the Speaker of the Senate of the removal of the motion by County Assembly and further forwarded to the Speaker of the Senate documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly, and whereas, pursuant to Standing Order number 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order number 81(b) of the Senate by resolution may appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter. Now, therefore, pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order number 81(b) of the Senate resolves to establish a special committee comprising the following senators. 1.
Senator Methu, take your seat. Honorable Senators, if you have anything to share with your colleagues, pull them out, but let the chamber be in total silence. This is a very important and weighty matter we are discussing.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Comprising of the following senators. 1. Senator Wakili Hilary Sigei, MP. 2. Senator Abdul Haji, MP. Senator Wahome Wamatinga, MP. Senator David Wafula, MP. Senator Gloria Orwoba, MP. Senator Karen Nyamu, MP. Senator Boy Isa Juma, MP. Senator Eddie Kishuru Okech, MP. Senator Shakila Abdallah, MP. Senator Bet Mondet, MP, and Senator Beatrice Akinyi, MP, to investigate the proposed removal from office of the Governor of Meru and pursuant to Standing Order number 82 to report to the Senate within 10 days of its appointment on whether or not it finds the particulars of the allegations against the Governor to have been substantiated. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements. Order number 8, motion, establishment of a select committee to investigate and report on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County.
The Senate Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to move the motion on the establishment of a select committee to investigate and report on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County. That whereas, pursuant to Article number 181 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Governments Act, on Thursday, the 8th August 2024, the Meru County Assembly approved a motion to remove from office by impeachment Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru, and further whereas by letter referenced MCA/RES/Volume 4/79 dated 9th of August 2024 and received in the office of the Speaker of the Senate on Friday the 9th August 2024, the Speaker of the Meru County Assembly informed the Speaker of the Senate of the approval of the motion by County Assembly and further forwarded to the Speaker of the Senate documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly. And whereas, pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order number 81(b) of the Senate the Senate by resolution may appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter. Now, therefore, pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order number 81(b), the Senate resolves to establish a special committee comprising the following senators. 1. Senator Wakili Hilary Sigei, MP, Senator Abdul Haji, MP, Senator Wahome Wamatinga, MP, Senator David Wafula Wakoli, MP, Senator Gloria Oruoba, MP, Senator Karen Nyamu, MP, Senator Boy Juma, MP, Senator Eddie Okech, MP, Senator Shakila Abdallah, MP, Senator Betty Mondet, MP, and Senator Beatrice Akinyi, MP, to investigate the proposed removal from office of the Governor of Meru County, and pursuant to Standing Order number 82, to report to the Senate within 10 days of its appointment on whether or not it finds the particulars of these allegations against the Governor to have been substantiated. Mr. Speaker, as you pointed out clearly when you are reading out these charges, this is the 5th time that the Senate is being called upon to discharge this oversight responsibility. And because members are already familiar, and this is purely a procedural motion, Mr. Speaker, I do not want to belabor it, but I want to ask colleagues to reflect on this motion, whether we shall be doing the very best of what is expected of us if we allow a special committee to inform us, or whether we should go the plenary way. Whichever way you decide, the office of the leader of the majority, and indeed in consultations with the office of the leader of the minority, we will oblige. We have no preferred position. Mr. Speaker, I would like colleagues to view the list of the names of these senators here not as an attempt for us to twist them to go the committee way, but a legal requirement, a procedural requirement that we had to uphold. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I wish to request the leader of the minority, the Honorable retired Justice Madayo, the Senator of Kilifi, to come and second my motion. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Asante Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, kwa jina naitwa Stewart Mazayo. Sio kama alivyosema ndugu yangu. Amesema Mathayo, lakini ni sawa kwa sababu ile D na Z ameweka T na H. Kwa hiyo kwa matamshi ni sawa kabisa, lakini kwa jina lenyewe nafikiria hapo wamekwenda yombo kidogo. Bwana Spika, kitu cha kwanza nataka kuunga mkono kwamba tuende kwa njia ile ya
order. Honorable senators, may the minority leader behind his silence, please. Order. Senator Fonandi.
Tuende kwa njia ya kamati, kwa sababu kamati ama ile njia ya plenary, yani bunge lote lihusishwe. Uamuzi huo Bwana Spika ni uamuzi ambao utafanywa na maseneta. kwa sababu kila seneta hapa ana usemi wake. Bwana Spika, tukijua kuna tetesi tofauti, lakini sote tukiwa kama seneta ni lazima tuweze kuamua kama tunataka kwenda kwa ile njia ya kamati ama tunataka kwenda njia ya seneti nzima, watu wote maseneta waweze kuchangia katika hii petition iliyoko mbele yetu. Bwana Spika, najua kwamba bunge la Senate ni bunge linajulikana kwamba liko na maseneta ambao ni majabali, maseneta ambao wanaweza kukaa wakasikiza kesi na wakakata kisawasawa. Bwana Spika, sintofahamu ni kwamba saa nyingine kunatokea cheche za maneno kutoka nje na kunakuwa na lawama tofauti kulinganishana na maseneta wetu, lakini hizo huwa ni cheche tu, na tunaelewa kwamba cheche zingine ni kama maji ya moto, haziwezi kuchoma nyumba. Kwa hiyo hawezi kutuambia maneno ya kuweza kutufanya sisi tukose mwelekeo na pengine tusikate kesi kulinganishana na vile stakabadhi zilizowekwa hapa mbele na tutakazojadiliana nazo na kuona kwamba hatua iliyochukuliwa ni ile hatua ambayo kila Mkenya ataona kwamba haki imefanywa na wabunge wa Senate. Kwa hiyo Bwana Spika, kitu nataka kusema ni kwamba njia ile ambayo itachukuliwa ni njia ile ambayo sisi sote tutafuatilia, na sote tuko hapa tutajadiliana na tutaona ni njia ipi inafaa kuelekea. Lakini kwa hii sasa, hii motion ambayo iko hapa, mimi naiunga mkono nikisema kwamba ni sawa kabisa. Asante Bwana Spika.
Honorable Senators, I will now propose the question. Whereas pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Governments Act, on Thursday, the 8th of August 2024, the Meru County Assembly approved a motion to remove from office by impeachment Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County. And further, whereas by a letter reference MCAS/RAS/Volume 4/79, dated the 9th of August 2024, and received in my office on Friday, 9th of August 2024, the Speaker of the Meru County Assembly informed the Speaker of the Senate of the approval of the motion by the County Assembly, and further forwarded to the Speaker of the Senate documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly. And whereas pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81(b) of the Senate by resolution may appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter. Now, therefore, pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81(b), the Senate resolves to establish a special committee comprising the following senators: 1. Senator Wakili Hilary Sigei, MP. 2. Senator Abdul Haji, MP. 3. Senator Wahome Wamatinga, MP. 4. Senator David Wafula, MP. 5. Senator Gloria Oroba, MP. 6. Senator Karen Nyamu, MP. 7. Senator Boy Issa Juma, MP. 8. Senator Eddie Okech, MP. 9. Senator Shakila Abdallah, MP. 10. Senator Beth Monteti, MP. And 11. Senator Beatrice Akinyi, MP. This to investigate the proposed removal from office of the Governor of Meru County, and pursuant to Standing Order 82, to report to the Senate within 10 days of its appointment on whether or not it finds the particulars of our delegations against the Governor to have been substantiated. The floor is now open for honorable members to investigate. What is the point of order, Senator Wambua?
Senator Nandi, the Speaker, is also making a funny.
What is the point of order, Senator Wambua?
The Speaker, I stand on the strength of a standing order 111, reading the mood of the House. Senators have already almost made up their minds on what they want to do on this motion. That we limit debate, the Speaker, on this matter. I'm not saying that you put the question. I'm on the floor. I'm not saying that you put the question. I'm saying, the Speaker, I propose that we limit debate to maybe 3-5 minutes, so that members can just take a vote on this. But that's procedure motion this way. Yes.
Order, honorable senators. There is a motion that has been proposed. We need to discharge of it. And the motion is a motion to limit debate. Ordinarily, honorable senators, each of you has 20 minutes to contribute. We may limit the 20 minutes to this. Any of you can be able to take to the floor. Do I have your concurrence on this? We shall now proceed with the debate, with each senator speaking for not more than 3 minutes. If we can do 1 minute, the better. Senator Manzo Daniel. Senator Manzo Daniel. Order, Senator Fonandi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
If you have nothing to say, your colleagues have something to say.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that I raised to state that I had an opportunity to participate in a select committee, and also I had an opportunity to watch debate go on the floor of the House. And Mr. Speaker, in my assessment as a legislator who has been in the House for quite a number of years, Mr. Speaker, I go on to say that there's nothing wrong with the names which have been proposed. They are, in fact, very well balanced opinions from the country. But, Mr. Speaker, bearing to the two experiences, I think, Mr. Speaker, it is better to have the plenary deal with this matter, bearing in mind, Mr. Speaker, that we've had the Governor Kawira here 3 times, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I really don't want to take a lot of time here. I think for interest of justice and for fairness and for the country to follow the proceedings clearly and in open manner, so that when a final decision is made, Mr. Speaker, even the person, whether for or against, everyone finds that the Senate have done justice. Mr. Speaker, the Senate stands for devolution. We want the county of Meru to succeed. And Mr. Speaker, I propose that we go the plenary way and say that, Mr. Speaker, we are looking for justice for Meru, and so that they could have expediency and that the county of Meru may succeed in its endeavors. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Kenywa.
Asante Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, mimi naunga mkono seneti yote ijumuishwe katika kuichanganua yale mambo yatakayoletwa katika seneti, Bwana Spika. Kwa sababu Bwana Spika, ni posa wa Kenya waweze kuona mambo yamewekwa pariwanja, yaweze kuangaziwa vizuri kama vile tulivyofanya katika impeachment zile zingine, Bwana Spika. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, mimi naunga mkono seneti nzima ijumuishwe, Bwana Spika. Na Bwana Spika, kwa sababu
Order, honorable senators. Proceed, Senator Kenywa.
Okay, asante Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, kwangu mimi, kwa sababu nimekuwa katika seneti hii, ni vizuri wakati inafanywa katika ikijumuisha maseneta wote, kwa sababu ikipelekwa katika kamati maoni yale watakayoona, Bwana Spika, hailetwi hapa katika bunge. Wale watu watakaokuwa tumechagua, Bwana Spika, na sina shida yoyote na wale maseneta waliochaguliwa, ni watu ambao najua wana ujuzi na uzoefu, wanaweza wakaangazia yale mambo. Lakini ikifanywa katika seneti, maneno yote yawekwe pariwanja, watu waweze kuona, Bwana Spika, itakuwa ni vizuri zaidi. Nashukuru Bwana Spika, na asema asante.
Senator Olekina.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to oppose this motion as presented by the Majority Leader. Mr. Speaker, apart from the mood of the House, there's a lot of sensationalization on this matter of impeachment, with severe allegations being thrown by both parties. And I think if we reduce this to a committee, others might end up arguing that it's a clandestine move to be able to either save or impeach the governor. So in my view, I think it is best if we carry out plenary so that we can sit here. Those who would be patient enough to sit here will listen to the allegations, either being substantiated or not being substantiated. And the entire country and the world will be able to observe. Mr. Speaker, I think it is imperative. And Mr. Speaker, this is a time when we take some matters very seriously. Personally, I have received almost 300 shillings in 1 shilling, 1 shilling, 1 shilling, being greeted by people of Meru. And my job, when I sit here to deal with issues of impeachment, I deal on matters that are brought before myself. It is important for us to realize that the county assembly is the one that impeaches the governor. The Senate sits as a jury. So that misconception out there that the Senate is the one that impeaches the governor should actually be corrected. So, Mr. Speaker, with those few remarks, I oppose the motion and I vote for this motion to go on plenary. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mungatana.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the idea that the plenary should sit on this matter, Mr. Speaker, to decide on behalf of Kenyans. Mr. Speaker, this motion is so crucial. It is so crucial that we cannot afford to let it go to a committee. And Mr. Speaker, I am speaking this because there was a similar motion brought in the National Assembly to impeach a cabinet secretary. And the mood of the House in the National Assembly at that time was that the cabinet secretary must go. Then a select committee was chosen. And Mr. Speaker, they came back and said the minister should stay, against the majority of the people sitting in the House. So, Mr. Speaker, let us not go that way. Let us agree on one issue, that it is too important for us to leave it to a committee. Let us go the plenary way, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to emphasize one thing. It is the county assembly that impeaches, and it is the Senate that convicts or acquits. We sit here as a court. In fact, in the US, Mr. Speaker, the Chief Justice, when it is the impeachment of the President, it is the Chief Justice who sits on your place to do the actual trial of the impeachment. And Mr. Speaker, the experience that we take from that side, in fact, Mr. Speaker, we cannot, in fact, if you look, we cannot leave this to a committee. Mr. Speaker, let us not have too much debate. Let us agree the matter is too important for us to leave it to a committee. Mr. Speaker, I support that we should go the plenary way. I thank you.
Senator Sifuna.
Honorable Speaker, I happen to be a member of the SBC, and there's always been debate when we come to this particular juncture on which of the two methods is superior. I think I have held the position that, in my view, the committee way is a far superior way of interrogating these issues than the plenary manner. And I have 4 reasons that I wanted to advance here in support of this thinking. First of all, Mr. Speaker, the Senate is on recess, and I know that people had committed to do other things. It is not fair to drag the entire Senate to sit here just to listen to these allegations. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, many of the people who are shouting plenary here, we have been with them through these processes before. You will be sitting there, and there will be 3 people in this chamber. Many of them do not even sit through those proceedings, as much as they want to make noise this particular moment and say they want plenary. Thirdly, Honorable Speaker, we saw some...
Senator Sifuna, your colleagues certainly cannot be said to be making noise.
You can hear them shouting, Honorable Speaker. What do you mean?
I am referring to their contribution. It cannot be termed as noise.
Let me proceed, Honorable Speaker. I want to address the question of interrogation and the cross-examination of witnesses.
This frustration is a frustration that members shared last time when we went the plenary way. And because I have experienced both of those methods, it is my humble view that it is easier, it is better, there is greater opportunity to cross-examine witnesses and to ask questions, supplementary questions, when you go the committee way. Lastly, there was a question that was raised here, Honorable Speaker, on the involvement of our nominated colleagues in decision-making when it comes to this particular issue. And in my view, it is something that you can also give your view. The nominated senators get a greater opportunity to make decision or participate in the decision-making when they are members of the committee as opposed to plenary. Because at plenary, they all know only the elected senators will get to vote. Finally, Honorable Speaker, when I look at the colleagues who have been nominated to this particular committee, the Honorable Sigei, who is the chair of the Legal Affairs Committee, my chair of Energy, Honorable Matinga, Abdul Haji, who is a member of the Speaker's panel, and Wafula, our colleague, Gloria Uroba, and of course the senators from our side, Honorable Shakila, Honorable Montet, Eddie, Isa, and Honorable Senator Beatrice Ogola. I have all the faith, Honorable Speaker, that this team of 11 can be able to execute this particular assignment on behalf of the House. I want to lastly join my colleague, Senator Olekina, in saying there is no other influence other than the evidence and the allegations that is going to bear on the decision of this House when we sit to determine this matter. So people should stop sending us messages. Honorable Speaker, I don't understand why people are sending us messages from Meru, from all sides, telling us, oh, this is so and so, this is so and so.
Senator Mundigi. Honorable Senator.
Asante Bwana Spika. Katika Kenya kuna county inaitwa Meru County na iko na wapiga kura 1800. Bwana Spika, leo sio siku ya kwanza ya kuongea mambo ya Meru. Leo ni siku ya 3. Nashangaa sana watu nikisikia watu wakisema twende watu 11. Kenya yote katika kaunti 47 inaangalia vile tutaamua hii kesi ya Meru. Kwa sababu ya kipindi ya miaka 2 watu wa Meru wamehangaika, wameumia. Sio safari ya kwanza gavana Kawira kuletwa hapa, hii ni mara ya 3. Tulisema wakati wa pili tulimpatia onyo, tukamwambia aende angalie katika Biblia 1:18 njoo tusemesane, waende waongee na makanisa, waongee na MP na MCA, waweze kusemesana, waweze kuona vile watasaidia kaunti ya Meru. Sasa ni safari ya 3. Ningeomba mimi kama Senator Embu County naunga mkono tuweze kwenda kusikiza Kawira tukiwa maseneta 67, kwa sababu ni watu tuko na ujuzi wa kuamua aidha Kawira amefanya makosa mara ya 3 ama hajafanya. Kwa sababu sioni vile hawa MCA kila dakika usiku na mchana wanaweza kuwa wanakera Kawira. Mpaka tuangalie vile itakuwa kama amefanya makosa atimuliwe na seneta 67. Kama hajafanya makosa arudishwe.
Honorable Senators, order. Senator Mundigi. Now, Senators, honorable senators, in my message that I read to you, and I want to believe that Senator Mundigi was in the House when I was passing that message, our contribution should be limited on whether or not we should go the committee way. Leave Meru out of this debate for now. Senator Wambua.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't know what the excitement is about. Mr. Speaker, I stand to oppose the motion on the appointment of a select committee to handle the impeachment of the governor of Meru. Mr. Speaker, for a good reason. You know, the Senate does not exist in a vacuum. We live in a society and we have ears, we listen. We hear what people are saying, we see what is happening. Mr. Speaker, the matter of the impeachment of the governor of Meru has attracted immense interest beyond Meru, beyond the eastern region. It would be better, Mr. Speaker, that everybody gets to see the proceedings on the floor of the Senate. And as this happens, Mr. Speaker, I want to borrow from the case of O.J. Simpson. And the jury said, if the gloves fit, if they do not fit, you acquit. If the gloves fit, you convict. The Speaker, guided by the evidence and facts that shall be brought here on the plenary, that decision will be made. I vote for the plenary.
Senator Chute.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Let me also take this opportunity to stand to oppose this motion. Honorable Speaker, we've had over 10 impeachments for the last 10 years. And out of those, Senator Kawira is coming here for the third time. The first time, it went committee way, and it was chaired by His Excellency, the future governor, and now Senator Boni Khalwale. The second one went plenary way, and this one also should go the plenary way, simply because the Kenyans are looking at the Senate now, and we want to participate fully. And I want to take this opportunity to completely disagree with Nairobi Senator. Nairobi Senator referred to this house as mostly empty. You can find only 3 people. I think if the 3 people are found here, Senator Nairobi wouldn't be here, because he's always also absentee. Let him not pretend to be being here. So, Honorable Speaker, I support the plenary way. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Dulo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I oppose the motion simply because I believe, having been around for some time now, I have experience of both committee and plenary way. If I may give a very good example of a committee that actually brought down a senator in this country, when we went committee way, it was during the impeachment of former Nyeri governor. I sat in that committee. We went very well up to the end. The last minute, we were actually 2 members who were left supporting the impeachment. And when it came to the House, the senator was really devastated. And he ended up even losing his seat because it really touched him. Number 2, Mr. Speaker, this Meru matter is very serious. It's not a matter of people saying plenary or committee way. It's a matter that is affecting seriously Meru people. And we must look at it critically, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I believe if we go plenary way, Meru County will be able to see what is happening at the impeachment of their governor. But if it goes committee way, sometimes they might not even watch to see what transpires at the committee level. Mr. Speaker, having been around for some time, participated in both plenary and committee, I fully support plenary. I thank you.
Senator Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I join my colleagues that feel we should go the plenary way, because, Mr. Speaker, we have been able to prosecute impeachment matters here at least twice in plenary, Mr. Speaker. The last time Governor Kawira was brought here, we went the plenary way and we were able to make a decision to retain her as governor of Meru County. Mr. Speaker, later on, impeachment proceedings of the former deputy governor for Kisii were brought here, and the plenary was able to impeach that deputy governor, Mr. Speaker. What am I driving at? I'm just trying to say, Mr. Speaker, that this House has been able to prove itself that it can impeach and it can also stop an impeachment depending on the evidence that is tabled before this House, Mr. Speaker. And so, the competency or otherwise of the plenary, Mr. Speaker, has already been proven. Mr. Speaker, the other reason that makes me feel that I need to support plenary proceedings on this matter is the fact that it also accords or affords senators, all senators, an opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to kind of have some training on how to carry out these impeachment proceedings, Mr. Speaker. And some of the evidence that will be tabled here by the County Assembly of Meru, Mr. Speaker, would also maybe has a bearing on what happens in our counties also. And so, Mr. Speaker, this will be an eye-opener to all senators so that they can be able to see what transpires in counties, the things that happens in counties, good or otherwise, Mr. Speaker. And so I think and I strongly feel that we should give every senator an opportunity to be able to participate in these proceedings so that they can get training and they can be able to see whether there is a bearing on what will be brought here and what happens to our counties, Mr. Speaker. And so I stand here to propose, not to propose, Mr. Speaker, but to support the idea of having plenary. By that, Mr. Speaker, I oppose the motion on the floor. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator for Vihiga and Deputy Party Leader.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for recognizing my new role as the Deputy Party Leader of the Orange Democratic Movement. Mr. Speaker, I want to speak as a Senator of Vihiga and not the DPL of ODM. Mr. Speaker, the motion is for us to either agree to a plenary or a committee. Whereas, Mr. Speaker, I fully agree with the members who are saying we go the plenary way, but there is a small problem, Mr. Speaker, that we know very well the outcome of a committee is usually a report. And that report, Mr. Speaker, having seen some of the reports that have come out of committees, they go beyond just the question of impeachment or not impeachment. The situation of Meru, Mr. Speaker, is a very complex one that requires serious thinking, because we don't want to make a decision and then again next time we are also told to also deal with the same issue of Meru. My view would be, Mr. Speaker, that there may be instances where we need to look at the provisions of Article 192 of the Constitution, whether to suspend this county and we send everyone home or not. And that can be dealt effectively in a committee, in a report, which can now be sent to the President for action as per the provisions of Article 192. Our standing orders are limited because they don't allow us to produce a report, which can now be sent to the President for action. So I want to urge members, I know that the plenary way is the most popular one, but the most effective one in these circumstances is the committee way. So I want to ask you,
members that we agree to support the committee way, because it is going to help us deal with this problem of Meru once and for all. Mr. Speaker, I support.
Senator Murango.
Asante sana mstahiki Spika. Ya kwanza ningetaka kusema ya kwamba moja ya jukumu ambalo bunge la Seneti huwa imepewa na ni jukumu ambalo halijapewa bunge la kitaifa ni kuangalia malalamiko baada ya gavana kung'atuliwa. Na kwanza ndio maana nasimama hapa siku ya leo na nataka kupinga mswada uliowasilishwa leo hii ya kwamba tuende nje ya kamati, na ningesema kwamba tuende bunge nzima la county liweze kukaa kitako na kuvalia njuga jambo hili. Mstahiki Speaker, ningetaka pia kupingana na msemo ambao umesemwa na Senator Vihiga ya kwamba kuna mambo tunafaa kuangalia.
Senator Olekina Nosoti, take your seat, please.
Mstahiki Speaker, pia ningependa pia kutoa kauli kulingana na mapendekezo za Senator Vihiga Otsosi kwamba tunafaa kuangalia kama tunaweza vunja kaunti nzima. Ningetaka kumwambia kwamba panya akiingia kwa gala, uchomi gala, unatoa panya. Kwa hivyo mstahiki Speaker, mimi naunga mkono tuvalie njuga swala hili mpaka mwisho. Asante sana mstahiki Speaker.
Senator Ogola Beatrice. Senator Akinyi. Senator Betsengo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand to oppose the motion for the following reasons. Mr. Speaker, in this House we are 67 of us, and we are unique, and each of us process information differently. We need the matter to be brought to the plenary so that each of us will process the information, the evidence provided, and will make a very good decision about Meru County. Mr. Speaker, it has been 5 times the governor of Meru has been impeached. We must bring this issue to an end because Meru needs to have services. Meru needs to move forward like the rest of the counties. The second reason, Mr. Speaker, I really want to appreciate the committee members who have been appointed, and it is good, and they are good senators. But, Mr. Speaker, Meru people and the entire country has interest on this issue. What is it so special about Meru? And everybody wants to hear, to see, and know what has been ailing Meru County. The third reason, Mr. Speaker, is I oppose the motion and support the plenary way is because as a leader of women in this nation, Mr. Speaker, the women, the children, they are interested in this issue of Meru, and they want to see whether it is this specific governor from Meru is failing, or it is then issues that can be addressed by other women who are giving themselves for leadership in this nation. For that reason, Mr. Speaker, I oppose the motion and hold and support my colleagues who have said we go the plenary way. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Sigei. Senator Wakili.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I rise to oppose the motion to establish a committee. Mr. Speaker, I am aware that I stand a chance to chair this committee of impeachment. However, the interest of the people of Meru and the interest of the entire House is paramount. I therefore, Mr. Speaker, notwithstanding the fact that the honorable members who have been nominated to that particular committee are great leaders, great senators, they can give us the best decision that we can ever have, I still believe that the best to serve the people of Meru in this particular motion is to have this matter dealt with by the plenary. And I know that the honorable senator from Narok, because Mr. Speaker, I sit in the SBC, he's raised concerns regarding a bit of trolling that has already occurred. The only and the best way to solve that particular concern is to ensure that the whole House deals with this matter. And Mr. Speaker, I therefore oppose the motion. Thank you.
Senator Muma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute. I rise to oppose the motion. Mr. Speaker, I think this matter should be heard in plenary for the reason that it is more serious than we even think it is. It is a precedent-setting matter because Governor Kawira is being brought. It's actually the 5th time, but the 3rd time in the House. It is important, particularly during this time in the country, that we operate very transparently, we discuss the issues very transparently, that every senator is given an opportunity to contribute to the allegations from an informed point of view. Mr. Speaker, I suggest that every senator prepare properly and read as you have guided. Let us be guided by the Constitution and the law. Let us ensure that we deliver justice in this matter to whichever of the groups that are coming. Mr. Speaker, as we do so, I would want to request that you pay attention to something Senator Sifuna has raised. Senator Sifuna raises the fact that the plenary may inhibit the participation of everybody. I want to make a request that as we discuss, that we pay attention to the fact that nominated members are also capable of contributing to this debate, even if they are not going to vote. So I would suggest that we manage the time in such a way that even nominated senators are given ample time to contribute to this debate. So I suggest that the last time we did, as a few of us really tried to put our hands, but we were not able to contribute. I know it may have been because of time, but I'm just putting that out there, that we consider that the House is made of 67. I therefore support the plenary, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Kisang.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I also rise to join my colleagues in opposing this particular motion. Honorable Speaker, if you remember the last 2 impeachment motions that we had, the one for Kawira and the one for the Deputy Governor for Kisii, they were done in the plenary. And Honorable Speaker, the members, senators were able to follow the substantiation of the allocations, Honorable Speaker, and we made our own decisions in the 2 impeachments, Honorable Speaker. I have also experience, Honorable Speaker, of the committee way. We did for the Deputy Governor for Shire, and I want to confess, Honorable Speaker, that we deliver more justice when we do it in the plenary, because most of all the senators would be able to follow each allocation, Honorable Speaker, and give very informed decision. Honorable Speaker, this is a very difficult time for the Meru people, and I believe they want to follow keenly how the 2 parties will substantiate or will defend themselves, Honorable Speaker, on the allocation, so that us as senators we make decisions. I believe there must be also another way, Honorable Speaker, that members or anybody can go and petition, so that if they are dissatisfied with what we will have done as senators, the county could be dissolved, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I oppose and I support the plenary way, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Kavindu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this motion, which I oppose. Mr. Speaker, this is a very sensitive and delicate matter where the governor has been brought here 3 times. And Mr. Speaker, the reason why I oppose committee way is because all Kenyans will be following what will be happening in this House. And so it is very important for it to be in plenary so that everyone can follow, even the Meru people can follow clearly what will be spoken here by all the lawyers and from the governor and from the county, and also how the senators will interrogate the matter. Mr. Speaker, I oppose and I say this should be the plenary way. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wamatinga. Senator Sifuna, what is your point of order?
Honorable Chair, I didn't want to shout over my colleague from Machakos, but I thought she was misleading the public by creating the impression that somehow, if a matter is dealt with in committee, the public cannot follow. In fact, it is a requirement of the Constitution that Parliament and all its committees, in their proceedings, allow the public to be able to follow. And in fact, even impeachments that have been done by committee, there was still live coverage of those proceedings and they were open to the public. So I thought, Honorable Speaker, that that was a misleading statement.
Senator Wamatinga.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. I also rise to oppose the motion. Mr. Speaker, sir, I know that I appear in the list, but in the new spirit of a broad-based engagement, or the new spirit of the broad-based and inclusive approach, I think that it would be paramount, it would be very important that we include everybody so that the Kenyans' thinking captures the mood in the country, and the mood in the country, Mr. Speaker, is a broad-based approach of everything that includes everybody, brings everybody on board, so that we can also enlist ourselves and the engagement and the debate and the engagement with the county government and the governor with the diversity of the members who sit in this house. Mr. Speaker, sir, committee way is also a very, very effective way. But there is this narrative now, based on the new mood, that larger and bigger is better. And that's why you see, Mr. Speaker, we have decided also to include the members of the other side into the government so that we can be seen to not only be accommodative, but to capture the spirit of the Gen Zs, which includes tribalists and headdress, and most importantly, where everybody is included. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Eddie Okech.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, what we are discussing here is provided for under the standing orders of this House, procedure for removal of a governor, that is standing order number 80. And Mr. Speaker, when you read that standing order, it does clarify two scenarios for which an outcome of conversation with the committee would come. And that is under 84. It says that when a committee decision or outcome comes as a governor stands impeached, then the matter shall rest there. But when otherwise, the governor, when the committee decides that there was no substantiation for the governor to be impeached, the matter rests at that. But if otherwise the governor is impeached, the House then gets a chance to further interrogate each of those charges for which the impeachment was executed. Now, I want to call this House to either think about ourselves as senators or think about the people of Meru as the people of Meru. And I'm not talking about this because I have been suggested to be in the committee. I'm talking about this because the people of Meru, if we are not careful, will go through 5 years of never getting the service for which the counties was intended. We must call ourselves to order, and we must call ourselves as senators to ask ourselves, do we want to be involved in this process, or do we want to be engaged in this process? An engagement process is just like a plate of bacon and eggs. If you look at a plate of bacon and eggs, the chicken is just involved.
You're looking very good today.
but the pig is committed. In the sense that for us to get justice of the people of Meru, I believe that we must go the committee way, where if we go to the committee, we can interrogate these matters, not only to make a decision whether the governor is standing impeached or otherwise, but to be able to give a proper provision for which we can get a lasting solution for Meru people. And that will come in a more engaged pattern that allows this house to be informed on broad-based issues within Meru, not broad-based issues within this parliament or within this house. So therefore I support the committee way to go interrogate and come back to this house. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Methu.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. This particular house in this matter concerning impeachment has gone full cycle. We have seen this committee deal with this matter, this house deal with this matter the committee way. We have also seen this house deal with the matter on plenary. And Honorable Speaker, even though I have been a very ardent supporter of committee, because I feel that they are able to look at the matters more closely, just as Senator Sifuna said, this matter is too weighty to be left on the shoulders of 11 members. If anything, Honorable Speaker, even the members that have been proposed to be in that committee, already themselves, they are not even willing. They have said that they don't even support the committee way, including the proposed chairman, Honorable Sigei, Honorable Speaker. But more substantively, Honorable Speaker, there are two matters that I think inform my own decision of not supporting the committee way. Number one, this is not the first time that you are dealing with the matter of the impeachment of the governor of Meru. It is actually the third time, as you have correctly put it. We as senators have already voted on this matter in the past. How certain are we, Honorable Speaker, that the people of Meru or the governor of Meru will get justice if we just have 11 of us, some who have voted on this matter, some who have not voted on this matter, if the people of Meru or even the governor of Meru will be able to get justice. So I feel that the justice will be served to the people of Meru and the governor of Meru if we look at this matter in the whole house. The second matter, Honorable Speaker, and I would actually wish that I get your direction and I get your ruling on this particular matter, because Article 123 that talks about our voting, each county delegation shall have one vote to be cast on behalf of the county by the head of the delegation in the absence of the head of the delegation by another member of the delegation. Honorable Speaker, looking at the membership of this particular committee, I have tremendous respect to all the members that have been proposed in this committee. One of the members is actually a member of my own committee. I know her ability, I know her capability. But, Honorable Speaker, I am inclined to imagine and think that this power that has been given to the head of delegation and can only be used by a member of that delegation when the head of delegation is not there. If these 5 out of 11 nominated members vote on this particular matter and they negate this particular motion, how will I, as a head of that delegation, get an opportunity to vote on this matter? It is on that matter, Honorable Speaker, that I actually feel that you need to give. I have respect, Honorable Speaker, to our nominated colleagues, Honorable Speaker. They are able, they are willing. But when the matter shall come before this House, when we shall be voting, Honorable Speaker, they will contribute. Honorable Muma has said that they want to contribute on this motion. They will contribute. But in terms of making that decision, it shall be made by the 47 delegations. I will only vote, and a member of my delegation.
Senator Kamau Joseph Githuku.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, nataka nichukue nafasi niweze kuchangia katika mjadala huu ambao zaidi unahusisha sana watu wa kaunti ya Meru. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Spika, nataka niweze kusimama na kupinga mswada huu na kusema kwamba itakuwa sio mzuri, Mheshimiwa Spika, kuachia watu 11 waweze kuamua hatima ya watu wa Meru, ikizingatiwa kwamba Mheshimiwa Spika, ni mara ya 3 gavana huyu ameletwa hapa katika bunge hili. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa niseme ya kwamba jambo hili linafaa liachiwe bunge lizima la Senate liweze kuamua. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Spika, watu 67 wa senators 67 wataweza kuamua jambo hili kwa kina na kuliangalia kwa njia ambayo itaweza kuponya wakazi wa kaunti ya Meru. Mheshimiwa Spika, siku ambayo tutakuwa tukisikiza mambo ambayo Kawira Mwangaza, governor wa Meru, ameweza kuwekelewa kwamba amefanya, itakuwa ni jambo ambalo litakuwa linaangaziwa ulimwengu mzima na Kenya nzima. Mheshimiwa Spika, itakuwa inaangalia ikingojea kuona uamuzi wa Senate hii na bunge hili litakavyoamua. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi naunga mkono ya kwamba bunge hili lizima la Senate liweze kuachiwa jambo hilo la kuamua mambo ya governor ya Kawira Mwangaza na watu wa Meru waweze kupata haki. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika, na mimi napinga mswada huo.
Senator Chirange.
Clarification.
Senator Boni, what is your clarification you're seeking?
Mr. Speaker, it is now on record that 4 out of 11 senators on this committee have opposed and therefore technically withdrawn. It would be useful for you to make a ruling on whether in this kind of motion, if this eventuality is reached, does it mean the motion has been lost, or would we still go on and still vote on it, assuming that the motion sails through and 4 senators have already technically withdrawn? What are we voting for? Mr. Speaker, could you guide us that by default, therefore, it means the motion has collapsed?
Honorable Boni, I've listened very carefully to each one of you who've stood to make a contribution to this motion. And I've not had any of the senators who spoke withdrawing. You can give your opinion, but once the House passes the motion, then at that particular time, you may withdraw. Senator Fernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As the champion of plenary proceedings under 3rd schedule of the standing orders, I am one of the happiest men, Mr. Speaker. Finally, I have been vindicated in many fronts, even including broad-based issues, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to agree when you look at 3rd schedule, the formation either by plenary of impeachment of a governor at page 216 of the standing orders or by committee, it is almost the same. In fact, when you look word by word, but we are now subsuming ourselves into a quasi-judicial mechanism, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, all of us will assume the role of being a judge. And therefore, it is important so that all of us can learn. Mr. Speaker, under Article 118 of the Constitution, this is what we call public participation or parliamentary proceedings. When we go for plenary, the people of Meru, the governor, the MCAS, Kenyans at large will be able to watch the proceedings in an open and transparent manner. I am not casting aspersions on the proceedings of the committees. It is supposed to be open, Mr. Speaker. It is supposed to be open, and it is open as per Article 118 of the Constitution 2010, Mr. Speaker. But to avoid being salamiwad by the Gen Z, Mr. Speaker, it is better nowadays to put things on the open. Because committees sometimes in the nature, Mr. Speaker, can sometimes escape the attention of the public, Mr. Speaker. I agree, Mr. Speaker, the issues of Meru are very unique, complex, and diverse, Mr. Speaker. We cannot kneel over under Article 192 on suspension of county of Meru. Meru is working. Some parts of Meru are not working, Mr. Speaker. And I want to remind the deputy party leader of ODM, and I want to advise the Secretary General of ODM to organize an induction at Kenya School of Government, the way Akinajo and the rest have been done for the last 2 weeks, so that he understands, Mr. Speaker, we don't have a functional IEBC at the moment, Mr. Speaker. The NADCO report, the amendments of IEBC, we are still considering, Mr. Speaker. So the suspension under Article 192, we should not envisage, because we have opportunity to listen, Mr. Speaker, to be able to ventilate through and be able to have a chance. Mr. Speaker, I want to tell the committee members who are proposed, we love you, but plenary loved us most. So we wish you well and we will appoint you. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I oppose the motion.
Senator Kibwana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mine is simply, Mr. Speaker, saying that I support the plenary. Much has been said. I may just want to request, Mr. Speaker, if you can actually recommend
the report be captured later by relevant committees. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Abbas.
Chairman, devolution.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to oppose the motion, but it will be fair for the people of Meru at least to hear each and everybody of this House opinion. And according to Article 961, the Senate is obligated to be able to protect the interests of everybody in Kenya. And I think if we have the entire senators in this House to interrogate and to ask questions, then there will be more opinions that will be reached, and there will be fair hearing for everybody, both sides of the divide, that is the governor in question, and the members of the assembly, and the public at large. Honorable Speaker, it is a very unfortunate situation. As the chair of the devolution, we have tried our best to intervene in this matter. That members visited there, we created dialogue. Many questions have been promised that this will be the end. That time when we visited, that this will be the end of the day of that matter. But however, it still continues, and the Meru people are not enjoying their rights and whatever the development they have got. In that matter, I wish to support the motion. I want to oppose the motion, and I will propose that we go the plenary way. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Gataya Munda, Tharaka Nithi.
Honorable Speaker, Meru is bleeding. Meru County is bleeding, Honorable Speaker. This is a very sensitive matter. It's no longer about Meru, it's about the whole country. Kenya is watching all of us. You know, as a House, we must be able to prosecute this matter away from the committee, and I strongly oppose the motion that we should not take the committee route. Let's go the plenary way so that maybe people can see openly what we are doing to make sure that Meru is safe. We don't have a repeat of the same again. So I oppose, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Seki.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to oppose the motion and suggest the option of going plenary way, Honorable Speaker, so that we give chance to the Meru people and the country, the entire country, to understand and even to follow the proceedings, so that we uphold the transparency way, and even for them to understand how and why this governor is coming the third time to this House. Honorable Speaker, I stand to oppose the motion.
Senator Karen Nyamu. Senator Nyamu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is not right for members who are trying to invalidate the committee way, yet the third schedule of our standing orders, Mr. Speaker, provide for both the removal by committee and removal by plenary, Mr. Speaker. And so it is not right to say before this House or indicate or imply that one way is more legal or better in any way than the other. And Mr. Speaker, it is not true that this House, the whole House, will not participate in the removal or saving of the governor, Mr. Speaker, because finally when the committee is done with the report, it will be brought here for debate and the final vote by these members, Mr. Speaker. The issue of Meru, I agree, is one that has elicited a lot of interest of the country. It is true, it is the fifth time she's being impeached. It is the third time she's coming before the Senate. But Mr. Speaker, as a committee, we should be given the opportunity to interrogate these issues and get to the bottom of it, Mr. Speaker. However, reading the mood of the House, I want to agree with the majority of the members that we go the plenary way, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Senator Chimera.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that I strongly oppose this motion in total, Mr. Speaker, for three fundamental reasons, Mr. Speaker. The first reason is that as the Senate, we are a house of order, we are a house of procedure, and we are a house of precedent, Mr. Speaker. I am. Please, I hope you've reserved my time, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as to the question of Meru County, this very house, Mr. Speaker, has set precedent, Mr. Speaker. Every time the governor of Meru has come before us facing such charges, Mr. Speaker, we've always gone plenary. Why do you want, I think for 2 times, Mr. Speaker, we've gone plenary. Why then do you want to go? Let me withdraw that, Mr. Speaker.
Proceed.
Let me go to my second point, Mr. Speaker.
Proceed.
The second point, Mr. Speaker, is on the contribution by Senator Matthew.
What is the point of order, Senator Eddy? Is it point of order or point of information?
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Proceed.
Just on a statement of fact, 105. Mr. Speaker, the governor of Meru has been brought to this house twice. The first time, Mr. Speaker, actually the senator for Kakamega, Senator Boni Alwale, chaired the committee that actually looked at these issues, and it was the second time that we were in the in a plenary session. So it is wrong to inform the House that the two times the governor has been here, it has been taken to the committee. So just correct that, Mr. Speaker. On
Senator Chimera.
Well guided, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to say Article 123, Mr. Speaker, and my colleague Senator Matthew has ably spoken about it. You can't tell us that if Chimera today is a special elected member, can vote for the impeachment of a governor at the committee stage, yet the same member cannot vote for the impeachment of a governor at plenary stage, Mr. Speaker, and still go ahead and nominate 5 members to that committee, Mr. Speaker. I feel this is double standards in way of application of this standing order, Mr. Speaker, and I want to urge this House and the leadership, perhaps there is need to relook at this provision before I probably come with a court order, and I hope I won't go there, Mr. Speaker. But then again, if Article 145, Article 7, Mr. Speaker, allows me to impeach the President, Mr. Speaker, I don't understand why then I can't impeach a governor at plenary, but I'm allowed to impeach the governor or not at committee, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thirdly, is that this issue is very weighty, Mr. Speaker. The governor for Meru is appearing before us for the 3rd time, Mr. Speaker. And to really urge my colleague senators to be very fair and to do the right thing, Mr. Speaker. Let us allow every senator in this House to have an opportunity to listen to these charges and contribute to this, Mr. Speaker, and make a very informed decision, Mr. Speaker, as to the either removal or confirming of those, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mandago. Senator Mandago. Senator Mutinda Tabitha. Senator Olekina, how can you raise on a point of order? He has long concluded his remarks. Proceed, Senator Tabitha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I do rise, Mr. Speaker, to, of course, oppose this particular motion, Mr. Speaker. And one of the key reasons, Mr. Speaker, as to my opposing is the fact that I've looked at the list of the 11 members, Mr. Speaker, and I just noted, as Senator Chimera has put it correctly, 5 of the members did not have an opportunity to vote last time. 4 of the members voted for the impeachment of the governor, and 2 of the members saved the governor, Mr. Speaker. And actually, for the governor, this committee will not be very fair to her, and the only best fair would be the plenary for the governor, whereby everyone will have an opportunity to listen to the governor.
What is the point of order, Senator Mutembei?
Mr. Speaker, I don't like standing on this point of orders, Mr. Speaker, but it is under 101, Mr. Speaker. It is so wrong for a member of this House to cast aspersions on the integrity of the members of this House, Mr. Speaker. We cannot have names that are proposed in this list, and one senator stands and says that those members will not be fair to the process, to the government, to the people of Meru, Mr. Speaker. The Senator Mutinda from Nairobi, or I don't know whether it's Nairobi or Kitui now, but Senator Mutinda must be called to order, Mr. Speaker, and she must withdraw that statement and apologize to the whole House for throwing that aspersion to the members of this committee.
Senator Mutinda, that point of order is sustained. You may have to proceed to withdraw that particular averment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I withdraw and proceed stating that I believe that the plenary will be able to give our people of Meru more justice, more bigger hearing than the plenary way.
Senator Mutinda, you're still on the edge, and you risk going down the cliff. What you're saying is, are you saying the committee way cannot give justice to the people of Meru? Just proceed and conclude.
Yes, allow me to conclude and say and request that during the plenary session, Mr. Speaker, I would really request that colleagues will be in the House, will be able to maximize the allegations that have been presented before this House, so that we can maximally be able to give the Meru people a fair hearing and also a final justice as far as this particular matter is concerned.
Order, Senator Fernande. May the senator be heard in silence, please. Proceed, Senator Mutinda.
And lastly, Mr. Speaker, I just looked at the former governors and deputy governors who've been gone through impeachment, and most of them, apart from the governor of Embu, Governor Wambora, who appeared before this House twice, it's only Governor Kawira who seems to be making history in this House by appearing for the third time. And so plenary will be the fairest way for the people of Meru to be able to get justice and hope settle this matter once and for all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Rachel Morgo Julius. Senator Miraj.
Asante mstahiki Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii, na mimi nasimama kuunga mkono ili kikao hiki kiwe cha maseneta wale 11 waliochaguliwa, kwa sababu wale ambao hawakuweza kuchaguliwa na wananchi wataweza kupata fursa ya kutoa kauli zao, kwa sababu tutakapoingia katika kuweza kukisikiza kikao hichi kwa pamoja, sisi kama wawakilishi ambao tumetumwa na vyama vya kisiasa hatupati fursa ya kupiga kura na sauti yetu huwa haisikiki. Kwa hakika watu wa Meru wamekuwa katika mtihani mkubwa, na ili masuala yao yasikizwe kwa ufasaha zaidi. Nasema hivi kwa sababu niliweza kukaa katika kikao kama hichi cha Siaya, gatuzi ya Siaya, na kwa kweli tulipokuwa katika kamati ya watu 11 nilipata fursa nyingi sana za kuweza kuuliza maswali kwa undani. Mara ya mwisho tulipokuwa tumeketi hapa kwa pamoja kama kikao cha seneti na maseneta 67, niliweza kupata fursa moja tena ya madakika kidogo kuweza kuuliza swali katika mjadala uliokuwa unaendelea. Kwa hivyo mimi kama seneta wa Mombasa ningependekeza na kumuunga mkono Seneta Sifuna ili tuweze kuachia majukumu haya wale 11 waliochaguliwa ili waweze kuenda kusikiliza kesi ya watu wa Meru na haki ipatikane. Asante.
Take your seat, honorable senators. We'll proceed to put the question. Honorable Senator Omtata Okoit, take your seat, please. Honorable Senators, I will now proceed to put the question. That whereas pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Governments Act, on Thursday, the 8th of August 2024, the Meru County Assembly approved a motion to remove from office by impeachment Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County. And further, whereas by a letter reference MCAS/Res/Volume 4/79, dated the 9th of August 2024, and received in the office of the Speaker of the Senate on Friday, 9th of August 2024, the Speaker of the Meru County Assembly informed the Speaker of the Senate of the approval of the motion by the County Assembly and further forwarded to the Speaker of the Senate documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly. And whereas pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81(b) of the Senate by resolution may appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter. Now, therefore, pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81(b), the Senate resolves to establish a special committee comprising the following senators. 1. Senator Wakili Hilary Sigei, MP. 2. Senator Abdul Haji, MP. 3. Senator Wahome Wamatinga, MP. Senator David Wafula, MP. Senator Gloria Owoba, MP. Senator Karen Nyamu, MP. Senator Boy Isa Juma, MP. Senator Eddie Okech, MP. Senator Shakila Abdallah, MP. Senator Bed Montet, MP. And Senator Beatrice Akinyi, MP, to investigate the proposed removal from office of the Governor of Meru County, and pursuant to Standing Order 82, to report to the Senate within 10 days of its appointment on whether or not it finds the particulars of the allegations against the Governor to have been substantiated. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it. Order, honorable senators, order. Order. Senator Mundegi, take your seat. Senator Fernandi, the motion is lost. What more do you want from that? No. Now, honorable senators, as you may have noticed, the majority leader moved the motion at order number 8 on today's order paper for the establishment of a special committee to investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County. The motion has been negatived. Honorable Senators, as I communicated earlier by way of a message on the resolution of the Meru County Assembly made on Thursday, 8th of August 2024, for the removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County, Section 33(3)(a) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81(b) of the Senate provide that the Senate may, by resolution, appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter or investigate the matter in plenary. The motion having been negatived, the route of a special committee is abandoned, and that now implies that the Senate will investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County, in plenary, pursuant to Section 33(3)(a) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81(b)(2). Honorable Senators, at its meeting held today, Wednesday the 14th of August 2024, the Senate Business Committee considered the provisional dates for this investigation in the event that the matter was to be investigated in plenary. In line with the schedule of activities for impeachment hearing in plenary, I hereby give you the following directions. 1. The clerk to issue invitations to appear to the parties on Wednesday, 14th of August 2024. So the notice to be issued today. The parties to file their responses with the Office of the Clerk of the Senate by Saturday, the 17th of August, 2024, by 5 p.m. 3, the clerk to circulate documents received from the parties, including the plenary hearing program, to all honorable senators by close of business on Sunday, the 18th of August, 2024, by 5 p.m. 4, the Senate shall investigate the matter in plenary on Monday, the 19th of August, and on Tuesday, the 20th of August, 2024. The Senate is accordingly guided. I thank you, honorable senators. Yes, Senator Boni.
Mr. Speaker, because of the respect that we accord members every time they speak, I have been listening to the contributions, and I have heard 2 nominated senators who have raised a point of common sense. Common sense that if nominated senators cannot vote in a delegation, and since it requires a delegation to vote to make a decision on removal of a governor, Mr. Speaker, the point of common sense that I've raised is that therefore we have been carrying out an illegality for them to have been participating in committee decisions. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like you to clarify either now or later substantially so that it will be clear that for that reason nominated senators cannot sit on a special committee of impeachment because they have no vote. Clarify.
Senator Fernandez.
Mr. Speaker, further on when you reside or retreat to your chamber, tied up with the Senator Boni, Mr. Speaker, I would like to invite your invitation on Article 123 on decision of the Senate, an article further on the removal of a president as provided for under Article 145, I think 7, where it does not substantively refer to the delegations. So we need, Mr. Speaker, your interpretation, what it means, since the nominated senators cannot participate in impeachment of governor because it is by division of delegations as per Article 123, what happens in future if a president has to be impeached, yet it says members of the Senate. So, Mr. Speaker, in your retreating into your chambers and writing a Solomonic ruling, we would seek the interpretation purposely and maybe guide us that in future, should the head of delegations of those units be consulted before both the minority and majority make certain decisions, so that we are crystal clear, so that we don't have to shoot in the dark, Mr. Speaker. I hope you will guide us appropriately. I thank you.
Honorable senators, I will render my considered ruling on that matter upon resumption. For now, be upstanding. Honorable senators, there being no other business on the order paper, the Senate stands adjourned until Tuesday, the 3rd of September 2024 at 2:30 p.m. Thank you.